Decades after the world's most famous shipwreck, a team of deep-sea explorers scours the ghostly remains of the Titanic. They were searching for a legend, a priceless blue diamond necklace known as the heart of the ocean. Instead of the jewel, they find a safe. Inside, not treasure, but a beautifully preserved drawing of a young woman wearing only that very necklace. The sketch is dated April 1912, just days before the ship went down. When the news breaks, an elderly woman named Rose Dawson Calvert picks up the phone. She's seen the drawing on TV. She knows the girl in the picture, because that girl was her. Soon she's aboard the exploration vessel, overlooking the very spot where her life changed forever. She begins to tell a story she has kept secret for over 80 years, a story of a ship, a love, and a promise. Her voice takes us back to 1912. The magnificent RMS Titanic is about to embark on its maiden voyage from England to America. Aboard is 17-year-old Rose DeWitt Bucata, traveling in first class. She's with her mother, Ruth, and her wealthy fiancé, Caledon Hockley. To the outside world, they are the picture of high society, but beneath the surface, their fortune has crumbled. Rose's marriage to the arrogant and controlling Cal is a business transaction, a deal meant to save her family from financial ruin. Rose is surrounded by exquisite gowns, fine dining, and endless luxury, but she feels like a bird in a gilded cage. Her life is mapped out for her, a suffocating path of duty and obedience. The weight of it all is crushing. Meanwhile, in the lowest class section of the ship, a world away from Rose's privilege, a young penniless artist named Jack Dawson is celebrating he's just won his third-class ticket in a lucky hand of poker. For Jack, the Titanic isn't a floating palace, it's a gateway to a new life in America. He has nothing but the clothes on his back and a portfolio of sketches. But he possesses a wealth of spirit, creativity, and a fierce hunger for life. He believes in freedom, in taking chances, and in living each moment to its fullest. The two worlds collide one desperate night. Overwhelmed by the emptiness of her future, Rose runs to the stern of the ship, intending to let the cold, dark ocean swallow her. But a voice cuts through her despair. It's Jack. He sees her not as an heiress or a fiancée, but as a person in pain. He doesn't command her or judge her. He simply talks to her, with kindness and understanding, and gently coaxes her back from the edge. That single moment ignites a connection that will defy class, convention, and even death itself. As a reward for saving his fiancée, Cal begrudgingly invites Jack to dine with them in the first-class saloon. Jack, clean-shaven and wearing a borrowed tuxedo, navigates the world of the elite with charm and wit. But the lines are clearly drawn. Cal and Rose's mother view him as a temporary amusement, a charity case. Cal, especially, feels threatened by the easy rapport between Jack and Rose. He sees Jack not as a person, but as an obstacle to his ownership of Rose. But for Rose, Jack is an awakening. He's everything her world is not, authentic, spontaneous, and free. She starts meeting him in secret. He takes her on a tour of his world, down to the vibrant, raucous third-class decks. There, she discovers a life filled with music, laughter, and genuine joy, a stark contrast to the stiff formality of her own life. With Jack, she learns to spit like a boy, to dance until she's breathless, and to dream of a future where she is the author of her own story. For the first time, Rose feels truly alive. Jack, the artist, sees the real Rose beneath the corsets and jewels. He sketches her, capturing her spirit and her strength, helping her see herself in a new light. Their friendship deepens, blossoming into a love that is both tender and powerful. Rose realizes she doesn't have to marry for money or live a life dictated by others. She can choose. As Cal senses he's losing his grip, his possessiveness turns cruel. He presents Rose with the heart of the ocean, the magnificent diamond. It's not a gift of love. It's a golden leash, a glittering reminder of who she belongs to. Outwardly, Rose accepts it, but inwardly, her resolve hardens. She makes a choice. She chooses love. She chooses freedom. She chooses Jack. Their moment of pure, unbridled happiness is tragically brief. Late one night, a violent shudder runs through the ship. The unsinkable Titanic has struck an iceberg. At first, there is an eerie calm. The band plays on, and passengers joke about the ice on the decks, but below, the sea is pouring in. The truth spreads slowly. Then, all at once, the great ship is doomed. Panic begins to set in. As the crew scrambles to launch the lifeboats, a horrifying reality becomes clear. There aren't enough for everyone. The rigid class structure of the ship now becomes a matter of life and death. The wealthy in first class are guided to safety, while third-class passengers find themselves trapped behind locked gates, their path to survival blocked. In the chaos, Cal's cruelty reaches its peak. Desperate to separate Rose from Jack, he has his valet slip the diamond necklace into Jack's pocket, framing him for theft. Jack is arrested and handcuffed to a pipe in an office deep within the ship's lower decks, left to drown. Cal then drags Rose toward a lifeboat, promising her he's arranged for Jack's safety alive. But Rose knows Cal, she knows Jack, and in a stunning act of courage, she turns her back on the lifeboat, on her mother, on Cal, and runs back into the sinking ship to find the man she loves. What follows is a desperate fight for survival. Rose finds an axe and frees Jack, just as the water rises around his feet. Together they navigate a terrifying labyrinth of flooding corridors, tilted decks, and screaming crowds. The ship groans and contorts, a dying metal beast. Finally, it breaks in two, its stern rising vertically against the starry sky before plunging into the icy black water. Jack and Rose are thrown into the freezing Atlantic, along with hundreds of others. The cold is a brutal, immediate killer. Jack spots a floating wooden panel piece of the ship's grand staircase and helps Rose climb onto it. It's only big enough for one. He knows his time is short. Floating in the deadly water, his strength fading, he makes Rose promise him something. "You must promise me," he says, his voice weakening, "that you'll survive, that you won't give up, no matter what happens. Promise me now, Rose, and never let go of that promise." As the first light of dawn breaks, Jack dies from the cold, his hand still holding hers. Keeping her promise, Rose finds the strength to let him go, to watch him sink into the depths. She finds a whistle from a nearby officer and blows with all her might, a faint call for help heard by a returning lifeboat. She is one of only a handful of survivors pulled from the water, aboard the rescue ship. When a steward asks for her name, she leaves her old life behind forever. "Rose," she says, "Rose Dawson." Back in the present, the elderly Rose finishes her story. The explorers are speechless, moved to tears. She then walks alone to the stern of the research vessel. She opens her hand, and there it is, the heart of the ocean. She's had it all this time. It was in the pocket of the coat Cal put on her. For her, its value wasn't in money, but in the memory it held. It was a symbol of her promise to Jack, a promise to live a full life. With a gentle smile, she lets the diamond drop from her hand, returning it to the ocean, to Jack. That night, Rose passes away peacefully in her sleep. Her journey ends where it began, in a beautiful dream of the past. We see her, young again, walking up the grand staircase of the Titanic, where Jack is waiting for her, surrounded by all the souls who were lost on that fateful night. Titanic is more than a disaster story. It's a timeless tale about a love that transcended class and tragedy. It's about the choices that define us, the courage to break free, and the promise of a life lived to the fullest, in honor of those we've lost. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this look back at one of cinema's greatest stories, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.